Hi everyone, welcome to DMR tutorials. Today in this capsule we will discuss about some facts that you are observing in your day-to-day life. The first thing is, when you are walking on a road, by default if you step on a peel of banana, then there is a chance for you to slip and fall down. So whenever there is no banana peel and you are not stepped on that, you can walk comfortably. But when you step on a peel of banana, you will lose your balance and you will slip and fall down. And in this lesson we are going to discuss why it is happening so. Secondly, see this surface, it is not so smooth, bit rough. And I can write something on this board comfortably with the piece of chalk. If the surface is so smooth, like a mirror surface, I cannot write on that surface comfortably, and it's not possible for me to write something on the very smooth surface. I won't feel convenient to do that. And why it is happening? What is the specialty of the rough surface so that I can write comfortably? And what is the inability, why I am unable to write something on a smooth surface? And we are going to discuss the reasons behind these things that we are observing in our day-to-day life in a scientific way. And the fact which helps us to write something on the board, and the physical phenomena because of which we are unable to walk when we step on a peel of banana, that is friction. So everything is happening because of the friction between the two surfaces. Now let us see, what do you mean by friction, and is it useful or evil, and is it necessary or evil, and what are the factors affecting the friction between the two surfaces, and all the other topics. First in the list is the meaning or the definition of friction. What do you mean by friction? Let us see. A is a surface like a wooden table. B is an object on the surface A. For example, you can take A as a wooden table. B is a book placed on the table. Now, if you apply your force on the object B, so we are applying the force F on the object B. As a result, the object B may move in this direction. So, whenever you have applied some force force F on the surface B, the body B slides on the surface. But while sliding on the surface, because of the force F, some internal force acted between the two surface of B and A, such that the force opposes the motion of the body. Some force will be acted between the surfaces A and B when they are in contact. That force acts opposite to the direction of force in which the direction of the external force which is acted upon the body B. So the external force acted upon the B is from left to right. The force which of the body acts from right to left as shown in the arrow mark below, and that force let you take it as F dash. And when a body is sliding on a surface, the force which opposes the motion of the body on the surface itself is called as the friction or frictional force between the two surfaces. The frictional force always against the direction of external force. Here in this figure, external force is applied from left to right and the frictional force is acting from right to left. So basically the definition of frictional force or friction is when a body is sliding or moving on a surface, the surface or the force opposing the motion of the object on the surface itself is called the frictional force. So the definition is when an object is moving or sliding over a surface, the force that opposes the motion of the object is called frictional force. Symbol is F dash. So this is the definition of frictional force. The important observation is external force F and the frictional force F dash are in the opposite direction. The body moves in the direction of external force and the frictional force is acting opposite to the direction of the motion, that is opposite to the direction of frictional force. So external force F and friction F dash are in the opposite directions, and this is the most important observation. So this is a fundamental or basic definition of friction. So the observation here, most important observation is friction and external force are acting in the opposite direction, and when these two bodies are in contact, then only the frictional force acts between the two surfaces. If they are not in contact, frictional force won't act. So frictional force can be taken as an example for contact force. When the two surfaces are in contact, then only the frictional force will act, otherwise it won't. So this frictional force is an example for contact forces like muscular force and all, right? So this is about the friction. Now why the friction? Why a frictional force act between two surfaces? That is our next topic. So now we will discuss about why frictional force. Why a frictional force acts between two surfaces when they are in contact and one surface is sliding on the other surface? What is the reason behind it? If you see the surface of a table and the surface of book, which we have taken as A and B, microscopically, you can observe some roughness some irregularities on the surface of the wooden table and also on the surface of the book. They are not so smooth. They are not so smooth. If even you feel that they are smooth, but there are some irregularities. There is some roughness. The roughness of the surface is because of such irregularities on its surface. The surface of wooden table and the book, binding of the book, are not so smooth. There are some irregularities. If you see through microscope, you can find those irregularities. So these are the irregularities. This is the surface of the table and this is the book. If you put the book on the surface, the irregularities will overlap on each other. And if you want to move the body B on A, these irregularities will struck up and won't allow the body to move freely on the surface, and that causes the frictional force. The irregularities of the two surfaces which are in contact causes a frictional force between the two surfaces. So, what is the reason for the frictional force? The irregularities of the surfaces of the two bodies which are in contact, those irregularities causes the frictional force between the two surfaces. If the irregularities are more, the frictional force is also more. If the irregularities are very less, the frictional force is also very less. That means if it is a rough surface, the friction offered is also more. If the surfaces are very smooth, then the frictional force is also very less and the body can move comfortably on the surface, even you apply a small amount of force. So basically the reason for the frictional force is the irregularities between the two surfaces is main reason for the frictional force. So after knowing about the reason for the frictional force, our next topic is the factors affecting the frictional force between the two surfaces. That is our next topic. So now we have to discuss about the factors affecting the frictional force acting between the two surfaces. The first factor affecting the friction acting on a body by a surface is the roughness of the surfaces. If the surfaces are rough, the frictional force between the two surfaces is high. If the surfaces are smooth, then the frictional force acting is also low. Let us see one example. Let us take two surfaces. Put similar type of marbles on it, and first surface is mud surface, rough road. Second one is glass top surface. Like on a table, glass top is there. It is purely mud surface. It is the surface on which a smooth glass is placed. So mud surface is a rough surface, glass surface is smooth surface. So here roughness is less, on mud surface the roughness is very high. If you apply same force F on these two marbles, this marble may go to this extent, whereas this marble may go to this extent also. That means in this case the friction applied is more, that's why the distance traveled is less. Here the friction offered is very low, that's why the marble can travel more distance. By this we can say that more is the roughness, more is the friction. Less is the roughness and lesser is the friction. So the first factor affecting the friction between the two surfaces is the roughness of the surface. The ultimate result is more is the roughness, more is the frictional force. Less is the roughness and smaller is the frictional force. This is about the first factor. The second factor affecting the friction between two surfaces is mass of the object. Now let us see. Let us take a wooden table, let it be A. On the surface of the table, let's take a small block B. Now if let us to move the body B on the surface A, if you apply a force F is sufficient to move the object B over the surface A. That means whatever the frictional force F dash, that is overtaken by F, then only the object can move on the surface. Suppose if you put another block, similar block like this, same block on this, then apply the same force F to move the two blocks, you can find that the two blocks cannot move. By using the same force, previously using the same force F, we just move the block. If you apply the force F, the block B just started to move. So the force F is enough to move the block B. But if you have taken another block, similar block again, now the mass is doubled. In this situation, if you apply the same force as you applied in the single block, in the case of single block, then you can find that, you can observe that the force F cannot move the two blocks. The reason is, whenever you increase the mass of the object, now previously say mass of the object is m, now the mass of the whole system is 2m. When the mass is increased, definitely you need to apply some additional force. The single force F is not sufficient to move the block. You need to apply more force. Why? Because whenever mass is increased, the frictional force also increases. To overcome the frictional force, we have to apply more force to move the object. This observation or activity gives the information that the frictional force between the two surfaces also influenced by the mass of the body. It also says that more is the mass, more is the frictional force. Less is the mass, lesser is the frictional force. So the second factor affecting the frictional force acting on the two surfaces is its mass. So what is the second factor? First is roughness of the surface and second is mass of the. So this is the second factor affecting the frictional force acting on a surface. And the third one, the third factor affecting the friction acting between two surfaces is the area of contact. For example, as usual, let us take the same surface A. It's a big wooden table. On this take B and this is the area of contact. Similar type, you take another block B which is same as the first block. Same as means they are made up of same material, their mass is same, the area, everything is same, similar, and but you keep that in this way. Here length is in contact, here breadth is in contact, and this is the area of contact. Now apply some force F on this, so that the body B just starts to move. Suppose if you apply 10 newtons force on B, the block B just starts to move. That means the frictional force between the two surfaces and the axial force we applied are just equal. Now apply the same force F here. Suppose here if you apply 10 newtons to move the block B over the surface, let us apply the same 10 newtons force on B also. You can observe that the block B does not move. So 10 newtons force is not sufficient to move this block, but whereas the same 10 newtons force is sufficient to move the block which is arranged in this manner. The difference between the two situations is, here the area of contact is less, here the area of contact is more. So area of contact between the two surfaces also influences the frictional force acting on the surface. By this observation, the conclusion what we can draw is, the more is the area of contact, the smaller is the frictional force. The reverse is correct. The more is the area of contact, the more is the frictional force. Here more is the area of contact and more is the frictional force. Here the less is the area of contact and the smaller is the frictional force. So frictional force and area of contact are directly proportional to each other. That means the more is the frictional force, the more is the area of contact. If the area of contact is less, the frictional force is also less. So third is area of contact. So finally, the frictional force acting on a body when it is sliding over a surface depends upon three factors. One is roughness of the surface, second is mass of the object, third one is area of contact between the two surfaces. So that's it for today.